Okay, so what we've got going on now is the towers, the pre-towers are no longer here. They're still placeable, but they're placeable by clicking now. There's only 3, but they can be moved. They're moved in the order they were originally placed. It'd be nice if I got a number 1, 2, 3 above each of these. May have to do that just for the illustration. But they're moved in the order they're placed. So maybe we can see this if we go like this here. So here's 1, 2, 3. So then if I place again, it should move this first one. So, and then the second one and then the third one. All right. So how are we doing it? All right. So as you've already probably seen in the videos, we are doing. Let's see. All right. So I'm storing these guys in friendly base is my tower factory class. And it used to have a list of towers, and now it just has the tower prefab and then a maximum number of towers, which right now is 3. If we change that to 4, we would be able to place 4 towers. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then move it. Kind of a fun audio glitch there. All right, so let's look at the code. Friendly base. All right, so it looks a little long. But that's just because I've broken it up into several functions. First of all, we need to know where the tower's parents are. So to keep it locked up, here we want the towers to appear underneath this game object. Okay, so if I place the tower, we want it. So in order to do that, I set up a tag called towers. So I just add tag. I created a tag called towers so that I could look up this guy. So playing with tags, although it probably would have been better to just create an empty class. Anyway, so I created the towers tag. Okay, and then found that game object so that I would know what the tower's parent object would need to be. The idea is we're going to store the towers in a queue. Okay, and so the first thing we need to check for is whether or not we have all the towers placed. And if we don't, so if the ring buffer count is less than maximum towers, then we want to build a tower. Otherwise, we want to recycle towers. We don't want to create new towers. We don't want to instantiate. We want to recycle old towers. So the recycle tower is basically we just dequeue the tower and then we enqueue the tower and then return the tower. Okay, we're returning the tower to the object, the clicking, the waypoint. So building a tower, we instantiate the tower prefab with the tower parent, and we enqueue the tower. Now notice that I don't say anything about waypoints in here, so I didn't want any knowledge of waypoints here, although this waypoint is the waypoint of the friendly base. So where I store waypoints is on the friendly block. So if you click a friendly block, you can place a tower, basically. And so what I do is I have a collider on my towers. It is actually inside the tower here. So the tower base and the gun, the tower top, they both have different colliders. Now this is to eventually be able to have the bad guys shoot at the towers and destroy them, right? So they need colliders. So because they have colliders, that means that we can detect them with a overlap sphere. So I just do a very small overlap sphere at the position of the waypoint, which should be the base position, the position of the tower as well. So if this guy detects it and I use a tower mask, so if we look at the cube, right, the friendly block has a mask, a layer. All right, so in my layers, I have enemies and towers. So I have a tower mask. And if we do an overlap sphere on the tower mask, it looks for just colliders that are towers. So if that's greater than 0, that means there's a tower on the waypoint. So don't put another tower there. Otherwise, grab a tower from the friendly base. Now, We should probably be caching this, but there's dozens of waypoints. I do not want to cache the friendly base here. Probably a better way to do that, but right now we just get the friendly base and then get the next tower and place the tower at the waypoint transformed up position. That's the process, okay, that I'm using to place the towers here in the new version. So ring buffers, woo!